Julius here with me today. I'm so happy.
Blessings.
It's been a while since I've had somebody come and do a recipe with me, and so this is like super special. Julius is like a brother to me. He's like the brother I never had, and I just love and adore him so much. So I'm so excited for you guys to meet him. He is going to do a really special recipe today, and take it away. Tell us what we're making.
Well, let's see. What I'm looking at, hello, greetings, peace, love, the American way. I'm making what is referred to as oni sea salad. Okay, it's oni sea salad. Yep, it's from a very cool sister.
Nice.
She's been doing this for years, and she can do it with her eyes closed.
Love it.
And I may have done it maybe a couple of times. I don't remember. but anyway, it's so easy. I was like, okay, this should be, sort of like the first introduction.
Yeah, it's super easy because it's low fat.
Oh yeah,
super low fat.
We're talking low fat, and of course it's one of those meals which are very important in terms of when we look at how minerally deficient we are as a country. Mm-hmm. So this is where you really pick up on your sodium, your potassium, your magnesium, and all the other minerals that are absolutely critical. Especially, all of this you have from the sea, and you just have all the beautiful vegetation that just brings life and optimum good health. Yeah, I've been at this for about 25 years.
Doing raw.
Yeah, I've been a plant-based, raw
Mm-hmm.
vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is also exciting because I love the journey, and I wasn't just privy at first about reading ingredients when I first got into it and stuff like that. But all of this wonderful stuff came later. So now I dot the I and cross the T. You just can't eat anything because you're in the movement,
right.
And you're trying to get healthy. You really have to kind of like hone in and really investigate, explore, research,
read labels,
and you got to read the labels. Mm-hmm. You got to know what you're consuming, and you have to understand how your body is reacting to the type of food that you are eating.
Absolutely, because everybody's different. Everybody has different needs and different reactions.
Exactly.
I know that firsthand.
Yep, me too. I mean, I know I have a tough gut, but it can be compromised.
Yeah.
If I take in the wrong thing. So it is certainly a beautiful journey. One encouraged by everyone to just, if you've never done this, if you've never been plant-based, just eating healthy, because it's not about titles in as much as about you taking charge of who you are and want to be, have the most optimum health in our society. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are 6 basic ingredients. There's a little chopping, some grating, and some crushing.
A little pre-soaking.
And yes, we have to, for the seaweed, we have to rehydrate, because that's dry seaweed. Mm-hmm. So we have to give that some time. Now it depends. It can take 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. It can take 30, 45. So it just depends.
Okay. We should get to that.
Yes. Showtime.
All right.
And this right here, this is the grater.
That's the grater.
Okay. So this is for the ginger.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can also use garlic with it, but yeah, we've got the garlic press for the garlic.
That is cool.
And I have a cool little tool also.
Yay!
To de-skin the garlic. You can put it in here and roll it, and it will just take the skins right off.
Really?
Have you ever seen that?
Well, I've never used this before.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
I love sharing new things.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome! Yay! Rock.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It looks so simple.
It is. Whoever invented that, really knew what they were doing.
Okay. Well, this is awesome. Now, for the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of Arame. And Arame is highly nutrient dense. Doesn't even want to come out.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's skinny.
Yeah, it's so
Oh,
thin.
that's really cool.
Yeah, we gotta get like,
Can I get a close up?
yes, gotta get close up. So we want to do about 1/4 cup of this. And so I'm just kind of estimating here. Okay. I think that should do it, because what's going to happen is that this is going to be crushed. And I think, and just keep in mind that there's no exact science in any of this. So if you go over 1/4 or you go under, there's no absolute definitive rules. If you have more or less, and this here should be about 3/4. And of course, once this dehydrates, this will mushroom into an enormous amount of seaweed salad here.
So it's really going to expand.
Yes, it really is.
Because it looks like a little tiny amount right now.
I know. They really dehydrate this. If you can help me out with this here,
Yes.
because that is absolutely almost superhuman.
So you just take it, you stick it inside this little roll thing, and then you just roll it like that,
Okay.
and then look at that.
Ah!
Comes right out.
This is crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to get one of these. Plus what I realized, you have to give it a little bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I certainly don't mind doing this.
Easy breezy.
Yes.
So 3 garlic cloves total?
Yes, 3. Yes, you can use 3 or 4. Remember, it's always based on your personal preference. If you like garlic, you might want to have more. And if you're not crazy about garlic or just don't want any at all, that's fine, because there's a lot of different ways that you can make seaweed salad. Because once you establish your base, which is really the seaweed itself, once you establish your base, then you can just create from that point. I mean, you can use fennel, parsley, onion, sweet onion, red onion. I mean, you can go in so many directions in terms of how you want to build your seaweed salad, because when we say seaweed, well, this is it. Everything else around it is just complementing that.
Nice.
And
So do
so-
we need to get these soaking?
Yeah, well, first I want to measure. And initially you want to crush this with your hand, just a little bit, just give it a little crush. And of course your Arame is so springy.
Oh God, it smells so good.
Oh, yes it does. And then here, if you're Wakame, you just want to crush that with your hand just a little bit. So when it rehydrates, you don't have these big leaves, but you have a little bit of diversity to really get the most out of that. You don't have to feel like you have to eat big pieces of the seaweed all at one time. You sort of avoid all that extra cutting.
Yes.
Because like a salad, like a regular vegetable salad, a lot of people find themselves having to cut it down to size because the leaves are so big.
Yeah. I love the sound of things that are crunchy. Like hearing you crunching in your hand, that's like, I love that sound.
Yes. I think I got a little bit more I can work with.
Sweet.
Okay. So this is where I get, this is the happy part. All of them is the happy part.
Any time with you is the happy part.
Okay, I accept.
I like it. When you're with Julius, you are happy and you are having a good time.
Oh my goodness.
No down
It's
moments with
no, we
Julius.
are, yeah, it's crazy. And then I'm gonna do a little bit more wakame, and I think we're gonna be good. We can go into the soaking mode.
All right.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I get a good topping off of one cup. There you go.
Spring water here.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yes, excellent.
I have a cool little tool that might help. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a little scooping.
Oh,
How's
yes.
that?
Yeah, I'm old school, so I just do hands and fingers.
Hands and fingers are good. Sometimes a nice little gadget.
Yeah, no, gadgets they're awesome. I promise you, they're really awesome. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Gadgets are fun.
Making my journey so much easier. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got about 1 cup, 3/4 and 1/4. Okay. So we put that in there. We put that around a little bit. What you want to do is even that off so that when you put your water over it to begin the hydration process, that you don't have to put more water in than what actually is needed.
Right,
Okay, and this is great. Let's see. And like I say, it usually takes, let's see, there you go. Okay, perfect. There we go. And so this should swell. The seaweed, the dry seaweed should actually absorb the water and then begin to mushroom. This could either be, like I said, a 15-minute process or 30 or 45 minutes. So this is where we...
Bring your patience.
Yes. And then,
Prepare in advance.
and then of course in the meantime, we'll wait for this to be done. Do we want to work any of this while this is being done?
Yeah,
Or-
let's do that.
Okay. Then we have our garlic and beautiful press. I love garlic.
Yes.
It is. I actually like this. So,
Isn't it nice?
So if they're still around, can you
Yeah,
help me out?
that's an Amazon
You know,
purchase.
It is.
Definitely.
Okay.
And by the way, we got the Arame. Was that where you found it on Amazon?
Correct.
'Cause we were having a hard time
It
finding it.
was
in
huge.
stores.
It was absolutely draconian to find it, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
You know.
It was not.
It was.
It was hiding.
It was crazy. So I just thought that if you needed anything, it would be in South Cal,
Yep.
in California.
Except Arame.
But except that, Wakame was a little bit more easier to find, but they both had to be purchased from Amazon.
Oh, okay, you got another one.
Right, because Wakame was kind of like right there in front of you, but Arame, there was sort of, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So, and I couldn't find where I could get like a 1 day, 2 day,
Yeah.
So,
Prime shipping.
but thank you. Yeah. And
So we got 3 cloves of garlic.
we got 3 cloves of
here.
garlic here.
We got some fresh ginger.
And remember, it's just a matter of how much you like to enjoy in any particular ingredients. So
you can go super mild on the garlic,
Exactly.
super mild on the ginger, whatever
Oh yeah.
is your
I mean,
taste.
this is when you get into flavor and texture. I mean, seaweed is fine. If the only thing you ate was seaweed, you would still be good to go. I mean, it's a highly nutritional food group. But when you start adding all the other things in there, then there's a bit of beautiful colors and flavors that come out by enjoying the essence of these very beautiful vegetations here.
Yes.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, it's not
This
nice.
is nice. Oh,
It's a little
oh,
ceramic
it's so much.
grater.
It's so much easier.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and what makes this so great is because I've used the long grater where you have to.
Shave off your knuckles.
Yeah, and I'm always thinking of my fingers.
Yeah.
And of course it's always good to have they call it a blade knife, or it's a cutting knife, so that if you touch it, protects your fingers
Okay.
and your hands.
Oh,
They're gloves.
like a glove.
Yeah, the gloves.
Those are very
Yeah.
important.
But here, no gloves.
Yeah. You're not going to do too much damage.
That is
on the grater
awesome.
plate.
This is great.
And then you just take this little brush that comes with it,
Okay.
and then you can just push it. You wet the brush, and then you just push it off the.
Really? Is that how that?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. You know, all the wonderful tools.
It's
Oh
fun.
gosh, I can do this now. I can do this with my eyes closed.
Oh yeah.
So is it the brush that I use to push
Yeah.
everything off?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh my goodness. Now, is this something that comes with it, or is it
Yes.
your invention?
No, it comes with it. It came with the garlic peeler. It comes with the brush and the
Oh
plate.
my goodness.
Little package deal.
Oh, that is great. Okay.
Yeah.
May I request additional information later on
Absolutely.
about how to get all this good stuff?
Absolutely.
Because I certainly would like to make purchase
Oh yeah.
on that. Each one teach one?
Yes.
Yes. I think we have.
Smells so good. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
smells gourmet.
I'm already like I'm hungry now.
Mouth watering.
Okay. And again, it's just the amount and quantity that you want.
That is a beautiful bell pepper.
Isn't it
That
gorgeous?
is just rich.
Isn't it rich?
Smells so good.
Oh my goodness. Yes. If I sit on my futon and could smell this, it would be great. I mean, really, this is just off the
That's
chart.
the life.
I mean, really.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's no magic way of cutting anything. You just cut as you're comfortable cutting. It's all personal preference and how you want to shape your bell pepper. One of the aspects that I like to employ is the more smaller as opposed to larger. It just makes it a little bit easier to work through the digestive system,
Okay, yeah.
through the small intestine, it has to travel, large intestine down the colon and out the back door.
Yeah.
So it just makes it a lot more easier to do that rather than, consuming something big where you have to chew more, and that's good too. I mean,
Yeah.
you got all the acid and the saliva and stuff like that to break it down. The more conducive you can make it to augment in your system, just helps it moves down a lot more easier. Okay, and so we have some Kalamata olives, and these are pitted, so they shouldn't have any seeds in. And all of these are just small samples of what you can put into your seaweed. So right now, we're just waiting for.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Okay, let me stir this around so that it.
Wait, just turn this most amazing vibrant green.
Isn't I know, and that certainly doesn't seem like.
I thought it was mingling with the basil.
Me
over
too.
here. It's
Thank
like,
you.
huh?
And no oil is needed.
Yeah, we don't like to use
No
oil here.
dressings. Okay, no dressings, no oils.
Wow, that
We're
almost
thorough.
seems like it's ready.
I know it
It wasn't
does.
even in there that long.
It wasn't. And this was the 15-minute one.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this was probably, so we did good. Because I've certainly seen where it's taken an hour for some.
You had that superpower strength in your hands and you were crushing it, so it kind of gave it that little extra.
Okay, I am Reed Richard. Fantastic Four. That looks good. So let's let that sit for another 10 minutes.
Okay,
And then afterwards, we can come back and throw this in here.
all right.
And then we can mix that around, and then it'll automatically be ready. And then we can do a taste test.
I can't wait for that.
Blessings. Oni's sea salad.
Oni's.
Very cool sister. Of all the seaweed salads that are out there, she's very organic, very indigenous, and she's not into processed foods. And
does Oni have a channel or a website? Is this a person who shares regularly?
No,
Okay.
no. She's very hard to get to.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is like a super
Yeah.
exciting thing that we get to
absolutely,
experience
because
her
this is
recipe.
right.
Yeah.
It was just my honor to cross her path.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
that's
she's
so
like,
nice.
okay, have in it, enjoy,
Awesome.
and until we meet again.
Aw, that's beautiful.
So I had to make contact with her to find out what that recipe was. But I didn't want to make it up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could look online, I could look on YouTube and see how hundreds of people do seaweed salads, but but once you get hooked, it's good to go to whoever you got hooked from,
Yes.
the original source.
Yes. It's funny because I never really got into seaweed until I ditched salt from my diet. Like anytime I get rid of salt in my diet, then I start craving salt or like seaweed kind of stuff.
Right,
and then I could get into the taste of it, but when I wasn't into it, it was like, ooh, big turn off for me. So I'm excited to try it.
Right, because the body, it really does talk to us. The body knows, if we're listening to it, what it needs.
Yes.
And so what we have to do is interpret the signals that are coming from the body as to what we need. The thing is that when we feel like hungry, like we're starving, or we're about to faint or whatever, we just need to eat food, the body's saying I am nutrient deficient and I need help.
Yes.
But you can't feed me food that have no nutrients in it.
Right.
Because that's just going to be
McDonald's,
right, yeah,
Taco
like
Bell.
all the fast foods, yeah.
White bread.
It does. Yeah, Twinkies, ho-hos.
Yeah. Exactly.
So when the body is like craving for food, it's actually saying I'm craving for nutrients.
Yes.
This is what it's identifying with, and we don't always recognize that because part of the way we are programmed, and again, a lot of people argue, I'm not programmed, I eat the way I want to eat. But you got to realize, if you've been eating animals, and I know we call it meat, but they're actually animals,
Yes.
So if you've been eating that and all the processed cheese and all the milk and dairy and all of these things, remember, we were conditioned to eat this way.
Yeah.
And this was the only way we knew how to eat, what to eat, because our parents, grandparents, their grandparents, and that's why we call it systemic.
Yeah.
Because it's just generation after generation, we just, we keep torturing ourselves,
Just
and
keep repeating the patterns.
exactly. There's a continuity in that, and the only thing that really changes that is some type of epiphany that occurs.
Yes.
And
An awakening.
Exactly. So it's like, I'm really sick, I'm ill, I don't like feeling this way, I'm tired of getting sick, there has to be another way to do this. So that's when people begin to explore all the special diets, and then eventually at some point they might just go like that and go plant-based.
Right.
And then someone may pick up the book like me, and I was in my mid-teens. I picked up a magazine and it had an article in it. I think it was like a Kung Fu magazine, but it had an article in it talking about vegetarianism.
Really?
And I was like, okay, I'm 15 years old, what the heck is this? And I think
That planted
the
the
next
seed.
day, that was the turning point.
Wow.
That's
So
when-
did you go vegetarian at 15?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that was a turning point. That's when I got
amazing.
into the martial arts, into dance and ballet, and I was into a whole bunch of different things. But the food paradigm was absolutely unique because I stopped eating animals, chicken, meatloaf, all that stuff, and remember it's gross. So you're still having maybe French fries or something like that, and then you're still having lard and oil and all of that stuff. You're not connecting all the dots,
Right.
and that's okay.
Yeah, as long as you're moving forward. And
But you felt like
direction.
there's change
Yes,
coming,
yeah.
and so I was like fruit and nuts,
And did you notice a difference right away at 15? Because like
Oh, Lord,
at 15, you're like kind of all
Oh
over
Lord, I was Superboy.
Yeah, you noticed
Yeah,
it.
oh yeah. I mean,
At
it was.
15, that's impressive.
I mean, I already had a degree of energy, and light, but
Yeah.
jeez, I mean, this made you feel like you could fly.
Yeah.
And it felt good. You were light, and you would spring out of bed rather than crawl.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, there were some ups and downs, because I realized that every time I went off of the plant-based consumption intake was because I would get into a personal relationship, and that became more important than me, and then that takes you into a different direction, and then of course once there's closure or once it's over, then you return back to you.
Yes.
So it's just weird. So it only happened a couple of times, and of course since then, it's just been, the journey has just been steady because the awareness is there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Once you're aware. It's
once
way
you're
harder
aware,
to
once you exactly, because once you identify with the triggers, and why can't I be me, regardless, then you're sensitive to it, and then you're like invoking the power of no.
Yes.
And no is not negative.
Right.
No is beautiful.
Yes, it's empowering.
It is. If we can just say no more enough, I'm not going to do, no, stop, you realize that, find yourself, on your knees, looking for that degree of salvation of, how did I get into this? What happened? Didn't I used to do this? Or didn't I used to do that?
Right.
Gosh,
that worked so well when I was doing this before.
Yeah. So it's just a, there's a lot going on in the universe, and we just have to find our place in it, where we're comfortable, and surround ourselves with people who have the light and the joy.
It's you.
Me?
You have the light and the joy.
No. I'm blind. I can't see. No. I mean, you really do have to align your energy with which is conducive to the direction that you want to go in. And no judgment, no prejudice, no hate, no animosity, because all that's negative energy, and then that affects your health.
Yeah.
And we don't realize.
Everything on a complete cellular level. It's proven.
It's proven.
Yeah.
And you know who said that? I mean, it might have been said thousands of years ago, but the cat who said that was Edgar Cayce. They call him the sleeping prophet, and this was at the 30s, I think maybe 20, 30s or 40s, somewhere in there. He would self-hypnotize himself to fall asleep. And then there was someone who would invoke questions before him about the universe, people's lives, and lifetimes, and we get into reincarnation, lost continent, Atlantis, a whole bunch of stuff. And he said back then that mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit. He said those three areas right there, the Trinity. He said any one of them can affect your holistic, your well-being, if it's broken. If your soul is cracked or your spirit is degrading in any other way, all that can affect like you mentioned, your cellular structure. It can change all that, and then so a lot of people who have cancer, they don't have cancer because they caught anything per se.
Right.
It's what they're holding on to.
Yes.
Cancerous thoughts,
Yes.
Unhealthy energy, all of those things.
Unhealthy relationships.
Exactly, which for the world is just that's a milestone.
Right. Or just feeling regret or shame or.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it just can come from the transition of a family member or a friend or a coworker that you hold on to, not everything that was beautiful about, you know, the connectivity and the years spent, but just the loss. And the loss can be so grave that it affects the body, and then you end up having all of these fancy names that medical professions give. So it's an immaculate journey. There's a lot going on in the universe.
Yes. And that's how we connected.
Yes.
Connected, having amazing conversations
Journal,
like this.
yes. I think it was at Mother's. It was at Mother's when there was a function. It was a group outing.
Yeah. First at Mother's we met, and then the next time was at Healthy Junk in Anaheim, and that's where we sat down.
That's where we were.
We were
that's where we were. Oh, yes, that's where we were. Yeah, that was. That was crazy. I think I had asked you. I think it started with numbers.
Yes, numerology.
Numerology, yes. And then all of a sudden it just took off. And you were good because you were like, I know I'm busy, but I gotta go over here.
I was like, we need to talk. This is happening.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. The world has stopped.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Everything around
was like blacked out. We were vibing on a cool subject.
I mean, we were
one after another.
We were this close, face to face. It was like, like my favorite Martian.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Antennas, like. so it was crazy. And,
it was too fun.
Yeah.
It was too fun.
Yeah. And then John was like sitting next to, he's like looking that way. You're like, I can't get with that. I don't know what's happening. So, but that was our intro.
Yes.
So.
And it's so beautiful, and I cherish you forever.
It's a blessing to be in your presence.
Likewise.
And I appreciate the invitation to come and share this. And this is the first time I've ever done this. So I've never done this before. I tend to be camera shy. I don't, I have no fame for Hollywood, or, So, I mean, I've done workshops and different things, but being in front of the camera wasn't one of the fortes that I was ascending to, which was fine.
But now you're going to reach a lot of people, and it's going to be really.
I hope it's good. I hope the audience really just see this as like a really quick, nutritious, high dense meal that you can, once you put it together, you can put it in like a cold soup, something cold compressed type soup, or something that may be warm, but certainly not hot.
Yeah, on top of a salad.
Right, because you want to contain the nutrient level of nutrition.
Yes.
Certainly, in as much as you can. It's great on sandwiches, especially if you're making raw sandwiches where you have your flax, your chia seeds and sesame, however your flax crackers are, or your wraps. That goes in there. Throw some hummus on top of it. Yes. Wrap that around, and you got a great lunch. Yes. Skip the oils, skip the dressings. Unless you make your own. Making your own dressings are very easy, and it's just great eating it by itself with the flax cracker. And a lot of those you can buy off the shelf if you need to. Just look at the ingredients and make sure. There's only 2 or 3 ingredients. That's it. Boom, don't. Yeah. You're safe in ingredients that you understand. You don't have to go to the encyclopedia to figure out, or medical dictionary to try to figure out, what the heck does this mean?
Chemical dictionary.
Yeah,
that's usually where you're going to find so many.
There's a book on. Yeah, that's true. So I think we're in shape. So we are looking really good here. I mean, can you smell that?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Thank you, Oni. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you,
really,
Oni, wherever you are.
Yes. Wonderful. So just a little tossing. And what makes this so great is that there's no draining. Don't have to drain.
That's nice.
This is great. I mean,
Yes.
because you have now the purity of the seaweed and the water. So you won't lose any nutrients going anywhere down the drain.
Awesome.
Okay. And then we put in all our goodies. All the ginger and the garlic. And then you just continue to toss. Because all of this can be relatively new in terms of what are the nutrient properties coming from all of this here and how it's going to benefit me. There's 3 places I visit to find out the nutrient value of any particular food that I have a question about.
So what are your 3 favorites?
One is called Self Nutritional Data.
Okay.
Okay, and in a simple Google will take you to
Yeah.
the link.
All right.
So that's Self Nutritional Data. The other one is Calorie Slim. Slimzen or something like
Okay.
that. But calorie
Mm-hmm.
and then slims.
Okay.
That should bring it up.
Okay.
Well, at least get you close.
Yeah.
Both of those are great websites because they break down the nutrient composition of all of your micronutrients and vitamins, if the veggie is water soluble and how much water, if it has omega-3 or 6.
Right.
It also shows the fat content,
Mm-hmm.
the carb, the protein. Actually, no such thing as protein, it's amino acids.
Right.
Okay. And so it breaks down if it has any amino acids in it. And plus it has tools, certainly Self-Nutritional Data has tools where, you know, the doctor says you're low on vitamin A. You can go to the tool itself and put in vitamin A and do a search query to ask for what is the highest vegetation that has vitamin A in it.
Nice.
And it'll show you a breakdown
That's great.
from the highest all the way to the
Wow,
lowest.
super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
I use Chronometer. That's one of the websites that I've always used forever. I don't know if it has that capability,
I'd like
but
to
I'm
know
gonna
what
have to
that
do a
is.
search. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like
That's
to,
really cool.
yeah, that would be great. I'd like to go there and experience that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
That looks super beautiful.
okay. This is awesome. Made without any fillers, additives, no nothing else other than the purity of the vegetable itself. And then everything is organic, non-GMO.
Love it.
Yeah.
And I'll put links down below to the Raw Synergy Amazon page where you can find everything used here today. So anything you want to get will
Cool.
be there.
That's cool.
Make it
And
easy.
so do we want to sample this here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're very welcome. And did you get a garlic in there?
I did. There's
Okay.
lots of garlic in here.
Okay, great.
John's gonna be like, talk to the hand. Step away from my face, please.
Yes. Okay. The moment of truth.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good. Wow.
Okay. Okay, I'm so down. Okay.
It's amazing how the seaweed just
It really
looks
just,
like you just plucked
I
it
know.
out of the ocean.
I know, it really does. It really does.
Wow.
And just remember, you want more peppers, more olives, less ginger, however you want it. It doesn't change any of the overall benefit of enjoying it because something like this is just based on personal preference. It's just like if you were just gonna make a regular salad with kale or collard, throw some onion
Yeah,
in it.
this would be good with kale. Very good. Yeah, the flavor is really nice. Really, really nice.
I am so. And
Thank you so much for sharing this with me. I love it.
you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity.
We need to do this again.
Yeah, I think I'll be a lot more comfortable on two.
Yeah.
because
You
the
seem
old
very
saying.
relaxed and comfortable today.
Well, thank you.
I know they would agree.
Okay. Do you guys agree? Thank you.
Thumbs up to be
Alright,
agree.
so I taste the garlic,
Mm-hmm.
the ginger, just a hint,
Mm-hmm.
so you get a little excitement
Yeah.
depending on how it comes in.
Very flavor.
but not overwhelming.
dense. No,
You're
not
not-
overwhelming.
I mean, like it knocks you out because
Mhm.
there's too much of anything. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so everything should be a nice, gentle complement
Mm-hmm.
to the whole spectrum here. And from what I can tell, it looks like something like this could be, you got everything in order, however you want to make your seaweed salad, probably no more than 30 minutes at best.
Yeah, definitely. It was
You
super
know.
fast because while it's soaking,
Yeah,
getting nice and
yeah, because
fluffy.
I was here yapping.
Yeah.
So,
It was all good. All the prep work after that, then throw it in and
Yeah.
you're ready to go.
and of course, it always helped to have the right utensils that makes that journey good. Now, if I didn't have this here, I've been still peeling. Okay, so we've been an hour in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to, but yeah, this is how I like to eat, and
Really clean,
yeah,
simple,
keep it clean and
high nutrient dense.
right. And I think if you're on the fly or on the go, and you really have to run into somewhere to eat, you know, because there are far fewer raw places to eat than it is
Burgers and
prepared.
fried.
Yeah, it's so far and few. But what you have to just remember, I personally think is if you have to go down that path, which is fine, because there's no judgment. It's just a matter of just knowing how to reset your system so that not too much of that gets so caught up and then it gets stuck and locked in and it becomes baggage and you know, and you
Compromising
and
yourself.
toxic and stuff like that. Right.
Yeah.
You certainly want to make sure that you have a continuity of bowel movements, and so that's where your fiber really does kick in.
Yes.
And so,
Very important.
yes, very important. Yes, it is.
So you have a really cool Facebook group that you created a long time ago. Do you want to share that with the people?
Yeah, it seemed like it seemed like Star Trek, not Star Trek, but Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Far away.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've really been away for a while.
Yeah. You kind of turned it over to someone you really trust,
Yeah.
but they've been running it beautifully and
Yeah.
people are sharing
there's-
stuff there.
Exactly. There's no money involved or donation or anything. Like most Facebook groups, they're preferably good people doing good things.
Nice, yes.
Yeah. And so
the Facebook page is called
the story of raw and vegan. It's the story of raw and vegan.
I like it.
Yeah. RAW and vegan. And I think of it as one of the more few serious platforms that really don't get caught up in fads and trends, you know, Impossible Burgers and Beyond Burgers and all sorts of other things that we really have to look into and examine a little bit more carefully where all that's coming from.
Maybe limit our
You know.
consumption of those things.
Yeah, there should be, there should certainly be like moderation and under.
Yeah.
And it's just a serious platform that really introduces a lot of indigenous preparing raw, folks that come on that are raw, and video clips of people in their homes doing things,
Nice.
broadcasting. I mean, the cat that runs it is Frederick. I'm just amazed. I mean, even when I go there, and even when I go there, I'm amazed. I'm like, I want to become a member.
That's
Even
great.
though I'm already a member.
Nice.
But he does just a fantastic, exceptional job, and he stays true to the platform of eating holistic, eating nutritionally, providing clips, and he brings the information from all over the world. What's happening in the movement, I am just highly impressed by what he does. And I learn a whole lot just from what he. Now I might throw something on like once a month or once every 6 months. So, but it's a yeah. He's a cool cat. He's a cool cat.
I love it.
And we haven't met, so I look forward to meeting him one day.
Nice.
Yeah. I look forward to meeting him one day.
Very cool.
But he took the reign. But it's the story of Ron Vegan. So it's on Facebook and it's been around since 2012. And there are files, certain files I uploaded and with catalogs of holistic healing from experts that you can't find on the shelf anywhere.
Wow.
So you really have to dig in, but it's but I think they have a feature where you can search. If you're looking for something specific, you can search the site and see what it brings up.
Super
But
cool.
thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
I'm so grateful. This was so much fun, and I can't wait to do it again.
Oh, let's do it again. Most definitely. Yay. That would be awesome.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Peace and love.